Did Harry Potter ever feel like more than just a book series to you? Hogwarts felt like home. Still does. Asterisk, asterisk. I'm not abandoned, but there were times I felt alone. There is a line in DH. Could be off, but it resonates. For Harry, Snape, and Tom Riddle, the abandoned boys, Hogwarts was home. For me, the key thing was the world of magic. As a kid, when you hear that with magic you can let things work out themselves and just sit and chill, I was absolutely hooked. Dreamt of a host of tasks I could get away with if I had magic. As I grew older, I grew up liking thriller stories and I resonated more strongly with the mystery and secrets than magic. In short, it's the wizarding world, always been. Harry Potter was more than a book series to me. It was a refuge. I grew up in a difficult environment and Hogwarts felt safer than the real world. I was always roughly the same age as Harry and his friends, so it felt like growing up with many like-minded friends, haha. Now I am in my 30s, but I still feel connected to it. I think we are never just our current age. We are every version of ourselves we've ever been, and a part of me will always be that kid waiting for a letter from Hogwarts. 1. Yes. I wanted so bad to be like Hermione. 2. Yes. I had a pretty normal childhood, but often I felt, and still do, bored with reality. Hogwarts, and by extension the wizarding world, felt far more interesting, wholesome, and welcoming. 3. I don't reread them as often as I did as a child. Also, when I do so, I think I'm a bit more critical of plot holes and things that don't make sense. There was a sense of community to the HP fandom back in its heyday that's really quite impossible to describe. I guess that's at least in part because of the nature of the internet in the early aughts. I think it's more than simple points. The story was a cracker and J.K. Rowling's writing is so enjoyable, her characters jump off the page. You feel like you know them. The first book came out the year I was born. Me and my younger sister always had books read to at bedtime. From when I was 7 and she 5, my father started reading the Harry Potter books. We did some others in between books at times, so we ended up just about finishing Order of the Phoenix a year before HBP was published. The wait for those last 2 books, so exciting. The books just take me back to my childhood. I read the books as an adult, as they were released. I reread them every year. I love the way I can believe in magic while I'm immersed in the books. I can also believe that good will win. I don't identify with any of the characters, but I am invested in them for sure. The only lasting impression the books had on me was that it would be pretty fantastic to live in that world, even as just an NPC. 1. I don't know. 2. Yes, Hogwarts is home. 3. Yeah, it changes with every reread, but the feeling remains same. The moment I stepped into Universal's Harry Potter areas for the first time, it literally felt like I was there and living my childhood dream. You have to study other books in the same tradition as Harry Potter to understand why it has the cultural impact it does. Dickens, Shakespeare, Chaucer, Lewis, etc. Harry Potter is not an accident, and it's not just a trendy book. When I was 10, I read books 1 to 4 on repeat for a solid year. I would finish 4 and just go right back to the beginning. This was before 5, 6, 7 had been released. I definitely wanted to be at Hogwarts. Obviously, since then I have calmed down a lot, but the books and films to an extent hold huge nostalgic value to me. Teenagers are often going through puberty, and therefore are usually frustrated with whatever is happening in their lives. So, Harry Potter provided an escapism to me in my early teens. Hogwarts has that magical warmth that makes you feel belonged. I think that's the biggest fanbase of HP right now. The people who read them in their teenager years. The Harry Potter series started out as a bonding experience with each of my kids as they grew up but became a place to escape to via audiobook when life was too hard to let my mind wander on its own unsupervised. Luckily, it is now something to read when I feel like visiting an old friend. I remember going to midnight releases of the books. Tons of people joined in something that felt so connecting. HP was a coming-of-age story that aligned with my own coming-of-age. You started hoping an owl would drop a letter off at your house. When I played Hogwarts Legacy and got to step through the doors for the first time, I got a little emotional. For me, it's a spiritual text. Like how Campbell talks of the hero's journey. It was that for me. Yes, nothing comes close to this. I lost my mom early, watched the movies after her loss. Hogwarts felt like the home, which was snatched from me. This series became my guiding factor, helped me cope, helped me understand friends' value, helped me see the light at the end of tunnel. I was 11 when the first book came out, and Harry's birthday is a day after mine, and I was also technically adopted. It felt like a lot more than just a book series for me. I've read the entire series at least 100 times. Harry Potter had certainly been more than a book series for me. I used to read a lot when I was little, but never English books. I sucked at English. Then I got my hands on the Philosopher's Stone, and it just happened like magic. I was able to read English. That book kickstarted a chain reaction so massive that it changed my life was forever. 1. No. 2. Of course, the entire wizarding world is pure escapism, minus the horrifying stuff, of course. 3. Definitely. My focus changed from awesome and fun story with kick-ass spells to the more mature topics and the adult characters. Slughorn, Dumbledore, Snape, etc. interests me more than before. Sick TBH, Hogwarts felt like home, lol. So, I read all the Potter books at my second year of high school. The most impact they had on me was that I was reading books and that I sometimes felt like a third years instead of a second years after / while reading The Prisoner of Azkaban. I never identified too strongly with the characters. Definitely did not feel like I'd be at home in Hogwarts, and as I got older I got rather disillusioned by the stories. Yes,